Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the numerology for the collective for July 2021, and then we're going to dive in deep into the energy around your own personal life path number. Before we get into the reading, I want to mention I have a new service and I'm super excited about it. It's very much aligned with these videos that I put out each month. So if this is something that you enjoy, then I think this is going to be an offering that you'll also enjoy. So basically, it's called Understanding the Journey Q&A. So you ask the questions, I give you the answers or the confirmation or clarity. So it's clarity through the numbers, and it's basically energy and numerology fusion. If you purchase this service, it includes a free full numerology report, which is around a $22 value, absolutely free. And so really it's like, what questions do you have pertaining to your current circumstances? What would you like to know about where you might be headed? With this service, I'll use your own personal numerology report, which I will read both practically and intuitively, to offer guidance and clarity on your questions around career, purpose, relationships, or just life in general. This service is meant to help empower you for when you make your decisions and to help you better understand your own personal journey as you continue to move forward. So much clarity can be gained through a better understanding of how the energy of the numbers that our own soul purposely chose before coming to Earth and how they impact our daily lives and the purpose we are meant to show up to daily. So, feeling stuck? Need confirmation or clarity? Let's dive in and take a closer look. This service includes, again, your full personal numerology report that's free. That's going to be my gift to you. A message from the animal spirits, and then guidance and clarity for your most pressing questions pertaining to, again, career, purpose, relationships, and life in general. So if that sounds like something that interests you, then head on over to my website. Under personalized services, you will find this offering and you can book some time with me. I will also leave a link in the description box below. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the reading for July 2021. So July is a 3 universal cycle. And so collectively, we will feel the influences of this energy throughout the month. What's interesting is that 3 energy is often sort of larger than life, big energy that needs to be moving and seen. It's a very creative, fire-like energy that burns quickly. However, for much of this month, there will be opportunities to sort of stand back and become the observer. So stop, look, and listen before taking that leap. This month will ask you to find grace, not only for self, but also for others. Surrender and acceptance for what you cannot control or change will serve you better than jumping to conclusions or making mountains out of molehills when that isn't the mountain that you're meant to be climbing. Those things that you feel like you have to force, they're not for you, and it will be sort of impossible to maintain that energy. Effort is a good thing and needed to reach our goals, but there's a difference between showing up and putting in the effort as opposed to trying to force something into existence. So pay attention to how you're expending your energy here. Oftentimes, all we need is a change in perspective to shift our actions, which then allows everything to flow much more smoothly. No force needed. So this month, things won't always be as they appear. Pay attention to the details before making your mind up about something and allow some room for movement. Don't hold on to those opinions too strongly. Be as open-minded as possible because things you thought you were sure of or that you thought you knew might just surprise you. If you can loosen your grip a bit this month and go with the universal flow, then affairs will take care of themselves quite easily, without force. Give up the control. You're not going to miss out on what's meant for you, okay? It might not happen to your predetermined timeline, but what's meant for you will show up when it is time. You can't mess that up. I think that's really important to remember. What's yours will find you. Communication is going to be key this month. So remember, communication is a two-way street where all parties need to be involved for it to work. In your conversations, are you communicating or are you attempting to influence? I'm going to ask that question again. In your conversations, are you actually communicating or are you attempting to influence? There's a difference. Open the lines of communication without the need to influence the others involved. Also, pay attention to your mindsets this month. Thoughts create actions, which create outcomes. So, is a change of view or mindset in order for you this month? That's going to be key. Again, don't force anything and pay attention to your mindsets. This month is definitely an interesting energy. Things can happen as if by magic with the less force you exert. Yes, you will have to put in the effort, but when that effort shifts to force, then you are then getting in your own way and impeding the process. So pay attention to where it is that you are moving your oars and steering the ship along with the flow of the universe, and where it is that you have turned the boat around and are desperately trying to force yourself against the current, against the flow. Which one feels more sustainable to you? Go with that one. And presumably it's going to be the one that you don't have to force. This energy this month has a lot to show us in how to make life much more easy and to release the struggle. Okay, life path number 3. So I pulled an animal spirit card for you all, and you got horse spirit. And horse's message is freedom is yours. And so what's interesting is the number on the card is 33, which is a master level energy. And it's all about like beautifying your life and beautifying the life of those around you just from like your energy, right? Like just changing the energy of a room just by being who you are and by shining your own light. And I feel like this is really beautiful energy. And I feel like for you all, the energy of this month, because again, we are also in a 3 universal cycle this month as well. So this is really magnifying your energy as well. I feel like this is going to be a really powerful month for you all. I do feel like you're going to have opportunities for stepping outside your comfort zone in a big way, but feeling that sense of freedom in doing that as well, right? So whether that's through creative expression and feeling like maybe all of a sudden you came into a bunch of resources that's allowing you to be able to, again, just really spread your wings in a big creative way. Not sure how that's going to come in for you all. Of course, this is a general reading, but horse's message is freedom is yours. So, freedom to speak your mind, freedom to, flex that creative muscle, to be that larger than life energy that 3 embodies, right? No more making yourself small or confined or restricted, as far as your personality. Just be who you came here to be without, restriction. So again, it's like you just think about it like a horse running in the wild, right? Just uninhibited and free and hair flowing in the breeze. I really feel like you're going to feel that energy really strongly this month. I will say, because it's also that, the 3 energy for the collective is really about not forcing things. So this is going to be a freedom without force, right? So it's not a forced freedom. So if that makes sense, it's just going with the flow, but uninhibited. So beautiful energy this month for you all. And again, I think that you work with your 3 energy pretty much every day of your life. So you may not notice the collective energy so much just because it's, you're always in it. But for some of you, it can just really, you can feel that power behind you. You can feel that energy behind you this month. And so definitely harness it if you can, but harness it in a way where you can still be free. Okay. So I broke the month down into 4 weeks, and we're starting the month off with, again, that's where I'm thinking that you've got some kind of an opportunity for some So some freedom when it comes to your creative self-expression, because the beginning of the month, you really have this energy around collaboration, working with others, just really putting yourself out there and showing others what you can do, and but it not being like in a forced way or in an obligatory way. It's more you showing up in all of your glory and other people really being drawn to that energy, right? It's like you finding a way to beautify your space, beautify your surroundings, just share your creative vision with other people, and other people being really drawn to that. So definitely seeing some collaboration, maybe a new work opportunity, a new opportunity to contract with people. You may get a call out of the blue for you to do something for somebody, as far as like maybe they commission a painting or a mural, or who knows, however, or maybe you're an architect and they want you to build something. Or if you've got some kind of idea for a business, this could be an opportunity for you to really get started on that. And the people and the resources sort of show up for you to be able to do that. So again, in the intro, I talked about how with this 3 collective energy, this cycle, the things that are not forced, but that we're going in the flow with this month, can drop things in our lap as if by magic. So again, it's kind of like the people, the resources, what you need to be able to express yourself in your most, again, highest expression will sort of fall in your lap this month. And so again, it's like, what are you going to do with that energy, and how are you going to work with it, and how are you going to be able to mold it so that it works for you? So definitely seeing powerful work energy, very physical energy, the beginning of the month, in some kind of collaboration, again, working with people, that sort of thing. And again, communication is going to be really, really strong for you all the beginning of the month, especially. And so again, you want to make sure that you're seeing that communication as a two-way street, and that you're not looking to influence the other parties, but that you are open to hearing what they have to say, open to integrating that wisdom into the project, whatever the project may be. But just being open to that communication, where you're not going into it headstrong of like, I'm going to be in control of the situation, I'm going to influence it. Yes, you should have creative freedom and be able to express yourself in that way. But I think it's going to be important for you, for this to be successful, whatever this is, there needs to be those lines of communication need to be open, okay? Second week of July, definitely getting this opportunity for celebration. For some of you, it could quite literally be a wedding. Maybe finding out you're starting your family, so maybe you're pregnant, going to have a baby, something like that. But definitely seeing an opportunity for celebration over something that you have built, or celebration because something is coming in for you where you can begin to build something. So again, that can be like a career, a relationship, a family, anything along those lines, but definitely seeing beautiful energy of celebration, just like light, I don't know why I can't pronounce that, making the load lighter, right? So it's like, I just see this opportunity for a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, a lot of ease. As long as we're not forcing anything, things just kind of coming in and you recognizing the potential of it and being able to celebrate that. But again, it's something that you have built, or something you've contributed to, or something that you're in the process of building. But I definitely see a lot of joy and celebration and happiness coming in for you around that second week. So yeah, love this. And I also get that sense of like freedom. So it's like if you are getting married to somebody, the partner is somebody who allows you to be independent even through the relationship, right? It's not somebody who's going to restrict you, right? Their energy is not restrictive. So it feels very supported. Beautiful energy, beautiful. And I'm also, like I said, I'm really drawn to you building something, like you getting the green light to build something, like whether that's a business of your own where you have full creative authority, right? Or building a relationship or something like that. But to be honest with you, I'm really getting that sense that it's like building a business, building something that has to do with purpose, building an opportunity for other people to volunteer somewhere, right? I don't know how it would come in, but definitely getting that sense around like you building something that's giving you freedom like you haven't really experienced before. And I do feel like it's around creativity, something like that. But remember, those lines of communication have got to be open for this to flow the way that it's meant to flow. Okay, third week, interesting. We're seeing like this kind of energy around, I don't want to say like loss or failure. I hate the word failure because I don't really feel like there is failure. I feel like everything is kind of like it's just a redirect, right? Into something better. But I am kind of seeing something like maybe there's like a misstep this week or something happens that sort of shifts your focus and you might beat yourself up a little bit about it or think that you failed or think that whatever this is not going to work out or whatever the case may be. And what I'm hearing really strongly is this had to be released so that something better can come in, like something more aligned. It's almost like you were maybe putting your effort into something that was not right for you or was not fully aligned with your course, right? Or where you're meant to be moving into. So it had to be released. And I almost feel it's like it was one of those situations where it's like, it was kind of out of your control. Like the universe stepped in and removed whatever this is. And really what I'm hearing is like, don't focus too much on that loss. Don't focus too much on that quote unquote failure. It had to happen. Like it's all part of the process. Because ultimately, where it's leading you to is more aligned with purpose, more aligned with your trajectory of where you're meant to be headed. And so it's almost like that thing that fell away was holding you back, right? It's almost like you maybe didn't have the ability or the tools that you needed to be able to release it on your own. And so the universe swooped in, pulled it from underneath you. And, obviously we're humans, so that can be jarring and we can have that grief and that sort of thing over something that we lose that's unexpected. But I feel like that had to be removed for you to be able to fully step into whatever this is that you're being asked to step into that's much more aligned with your purpose, much more aligned with what you're meant to be doing with your resources, with your time, with your energy, with those creative juices. So try not to spend too much time there, right? It's like, if it's something that was lost, grieve it, work through those emotions as they come up, but don't let it deter you. Don't let it completely derail you, because the more time you spend there, the less time you're going to have to invest and embrace this beautiful energy that's coming in for you and might already be here, right? It's like I said earlier, it's like we can't mess up what's meant to be ours, right? Like it will show up, but sometimes we're not ready for it to show up just yet, or we're not in a mental space or emotional space to be able to recognize it. And so that's what I mean. It's like if something was pulled out from under your feet, feel those emotions that come up for you, but then also recognize that it had to leave. It had to be pulled away to prepare you for the next step, which is much more aligned. So, and then fourth week, we have this really beautiful energy coming in. It's almost like once you are able to shift your focus away from that loss into the next step, you're going to be flooded with ideas, flooded with information, flooded with new resources coming in for you to help you. It's almost like your team arrives, right? And so I feel like the last week of the month is going to be a busy time for you, and you just need to be able to find your balance, right? Make sure that you continue to find your center. If something is draining you, then release it. If something feels really good for you, then keep it, right? And that's kind of like the approach you need to take at the end of the month, because I feel like there's going to be so much coming in for you that if you try to do it all, you're going to get overwhelmed very quickly. And so again, it's like going to be that time where it's like you really need to be focused and kind of go through each idea, the information that's coming in for you, and use your discernment into where it is that you want to invest your time and energy. Because I do feel There's going to be a busy time for you. And again, if you try to do it all, you're going to feel overwhelmed. So a really easy way to figure out what is for you and what is not for you at this time is, does this invigorate me or does it drain my energy? And if it drains your energy, then find a way to release it because it's not for you. And if it invigorates you, there you go, right? So just keep Horse's message in mind this month. Freedom is yours. Find those things that give you that freedom for expression, creative expression, for building what it is that you want to build, right? So yeah, this is your month. I mean, this is, like I said, collectively we have that 3 energy. And so it is just like a powerhouse behind you, helping you to step into what it is that feels most aligned for you at this time. So beautiful energy. I do feel like at the end of the month, you do have the potential to get a little overwhelmed. You just have to continue to find your center and find your balance and just continue to ask yourself, does this deplete me or does this invigorate me? And those things that deplete me, I'm releasing, or at least I'm putting on the back burner to deal with later. Okay. And that is a part of self-care. That is not selfish. Okay, 3s, I hope that it's a good month for you all. I think it will be. I think it's this is going to be a powerful month for you all. And again, it's what we do with the energy and it's how we embrace it. But yeah, you got this. Thanks for listening, everyone. I will see you all again soon. Take care. Bye for now.